It's time for a little yoga. Welcome to your yoga mat. My name is Alicia Finley, and thank you for joining me for this short practice today. This is called Rise and Shine. So, this will be a great practice to do any time of day, but obviously we're calling it Rise and Shine. So, the morning is a very ideal time to practice. Be hitting a little bit of everything just to really feel like your mind and body have had a chance to really wake up for the day and set the tone. So, I want you just to find an easy seat. I'm going to actually sit on my shins. Props today, if you have them, you could use a block. You might want a blanket sometimes for padding for the knees, but otherwise, you should be good to go. And don't worry if you don't have anything. Okay? So, nice, easy seat. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Take a moment to slow your breath down just a little bit. Allow yourself to step into this present moment. And as you practice today, and as we step off the mat later on today, I want you to just hold this mantra. Today I will look for the good, and the good will find me. Today I will look for the good, and the good will find me. Let's fold your hands together in front of your heart. Take in a nice, long, slow, deep breath, breathing in through your nose. And gently open your mouth and sigh it out. And take a moment and set an intention. What brought you to your mat today? Maybe thinking about how you want to greet the world today. As we hold the mantra that I will look for the good and the good will find me. And then release your chin down toward your chest. Let your hands come down to your legs. Inhale, lift your chin, open your eyes. I'm going to stay on my shins. Now, if your shins and you're sitting like me or falling asleep, then just sit easy cross-legged, okay? If you're sitting cross-legged, you might want to switch the legs. We're going to take our right hand off to the right and stretch our left arm up and over. If you're sitting like I am, you can let your hips sort of shift off to the left just a little bit. Draw that right shoulder out of the ear. Turn the top palm down. Move the inner bicep of your left arm back. And wake up. Rise and shine, beautiful human. Good. Inhale, come up. I was taking a practice the other day. Left hand down, right arm over. And the teacher was like, just look at your beautiful face. Or he kept saying beautiful. And I was just like feeling so good by the end of the practice. I was like, thank you. So it's amazing. You put good in, you get good out. Giving ourselves a little TLC. Very good. Inhale, come up. And now exhale, take your hands out in front of you. If you were sitting on the shins as I was, you might want to just, with kindness, bat those shins out just a little bit. And let's start with a little spinal balance. So good to kind of wake up the core as you rise and shine. Let's take the right leg back. We'll start with the ball of the foot down. Anybody ever get any Charlie horses in the calves? Whew. I do. Used to get them when I was pregnant, like every night. Now it's just once in a while. And then bring the shoulders forward over the wrists, toes point down, draw the low belly in, and stretch the left arm forward, thumb turned up. And take an inhale here. And as you exhale, draw knee and elbow together. Inhale, go long. Exhale, tap in. One more, breathe in. Exhale out. Stretch it out, breathe in. And now bend the knee, reach back, and if you can, catch the ankle or foot. Kick the foot back into the hand, lift the chest, and if you want to, nice little open twist here, turn to the left a little bit. Spread those toes, and if you wobble a little bit, it's all good. We can't take it too seriously. Good, and then with control, release the leg back, the arm forward, breathe in. And then exhale, knee down, left hand behind the head. And now inhale, lift your elbow up to the sky. And exhale, tap towards your right wrist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Now reach the arm to the sky. Breathe in. And you're going to thread the left arm under the right and come down to the left side of the head. Take your right arm up to the sky. Turn your right palm behind you if this is okay. And you're going to reach it behind and see if you can catch the thigh. If you need more support, just keep the right hand down on the ground. Good. Nice, soft, steady breath. And then reach that arm back up. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand into the earth. And left hand back's going to go underneath you. Good. Now we're going to switch sides. Left leg back. Toes point down. We're going to start with the ball of the foot on the floor and just rock it out. Get into that calf a little bit. Good. And then come forward, shoulders over wrists, left leg. Lift off the ground, lift the low belly in, and reach the right arm forward. Turn the thumb up. And as you exhale, knee and elbow come together. Inhale, reach long. Exhale. I will look for the good, and the good will find me. Take another breath, reach long, as though you're sending that good out, and exhale, drawing it in. Reach it out, breathe in. Now bend the knee, reach back, catch the ankle or foot. Kick the shin back into the hand, and if you want, little twist now to the right. Opening up the chest. I always like to notice the wobble here. And then with control, let go. Reach the arm forward, leg back. And then left knee down, right hand's going to come behind the head. And now inhale, reach the elbow up. Exhale, tap towards your left forearm. Inhale, up. Exhale. So we're waking up the back. We're waking up the shoulders, waking up the spine. Exhale, tap. This time you're going to reach to the sky. Breathe in. Thread it through. Exhale. Left hand can stay where it is, or reach behind the back. Catch the half bind. Roll the chest open. Some days I like to bend this bottom elbow and I'll catch the front of my shoulder. And I know I didn't say that on the first side, but maybe it's something you do. The next time you practice this pose, it just kind of feels like it supports the front of my shoulder. It feels good. And then release that arm down, left hand back to the earth, and inhale, right hand down to the earth. Good. Let's do something symmetrical for those shoulders. Reach the arms out. Take them a little wider than your shoulders. Puppy pose, forehead towards the floor. Good. Keep pushing into the palms. Firm the outer triceps in and melt the heart right where the bottom tips of your shoulder blades come together. Feeling that good within you, within the heart. Surrendering almost in reverence as an offering to the earth. And then walk the hands back, tuck both your toes, wrists under your shoulders. I like to take my knees back just a little bit and downward facing dog. Now, if you're newer to practice or you're tight in those hammies in the morning, you might want to take your feet just a little wider. Remember, it's rise and shine, beautiful friends. So if you need to, go a little wider. And I like to pedal out those feet a little bit when I practice right away in the morning. Kind of giving those calves again and the hamstrings a little extra love. I'm not super particular about my alignment right off the bat. I'm just trying to get in touch with my body, feeling the body, and connecting into the breath. All right, let's lift the heels and slowly walk forward to the top of your mat. Keep the feet about 2 fist widths apart. Inhale, heart forward. And exhale, fold and bow. Reverse your swan dive. Breathe and reach up. And hands to the heart. Exhale. Very good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your left foot back and put the back heel down for a warrior one. So it's a 45-degree angle. And inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink a little deeper in that right leg. Let's take the right arm on top of the left, Garudasana arms, eagle arms. Lift the elbows up, push the palms forward. And start to open up through that upper back as well as waking up those legs. Good. Take one more breath. Sink a little deeper. Good. Now reach the arms to the sky. Straighten the front leg. Breathe in. Exhale, take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, open up your chest, look up. And now humble warrior. So now we're stretching the front of the chest. Stretch your arms up and over. So if you were tighter here, you might need a strap to hold onto. The right shoulder can rest here on the right thigh, or you're bringing it to the inside, working the crown of the head down towards the floor. Wrapping the outer right hip back. Try to lift the shoulders out of the ears and then re-extend the arms over. Release the hands to the ground, left hand to the earth. Right arm is going to sweep up as your back heel pivots up off the floor, low lunge twist. Breathe in. Twist a little deeper. Belly turns to the right. Almost as though you're radiating. I will look for the good that is within you, the love that is within you. You're opening it up. It's coming from within. And then top hand down. Right foot's going to step back to downward facing dog as you exhale. Now, if you want to take a vinyasa, we're going to add these in this today. If you want to skip them, you always can. So we'll come forward to plank pose. First one, I'll put the knees down so you can watch that. We're going to shift the weight forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Make sure your shoulders aren't going lower than the elbows. And then pelvis down, cobra. Whenever I do a rise and shine, I'm always in for some cobras before I go right into the up dogs. Keep the index finger knuckles pushing down. They tend to get a little light. And then down dog. Exhale. Take a nice deep breath in, yogis. And a full breath out. Let it go. Right leg, reach it up to the air. Breathe in. Right foot's going to step forward and through between your hands. Now stay on your fingertips. I'm going to wiggle my back foot back just a little bit so I have a nice long lunge here. Inhale. And now if you need a block or want a block, we're going to straighten our front leg and bow forward. Exhale. Inhale, bend. Lift your gaze. Draw the shoulders again down your ears. Keep the back leg strong. Exhale, long pyramid pose. It's okay if that front leg doesn't go straight all the way. One more time. Breathe in. It's like good morning, body. Like it gives into all the things. We've already hit like all the things. It's only been like 10 minutes. Breathe in, bend your lunge. And now push off your back leg. We're going to step it forward, top of the mat. Again, I'm going to keep my feet a little wider. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, it's okay to bend your knees here and fold in. Utkatasana, reach the arms up. Hands to prayer. Exhale. Now I want you to bring your arms so they're straight. Fingertips pointing down. And your inner knees are hugging against your outer forearms here. So you're waking up those inner thighs. We don't always get to the inner thighs, but we will today. So hug your knees into your arms and push out with your arms against your legs. Wiggle your toes. Where can you release tension? I know we're working here, but where can you let some tension go? Pull your low belly in. Ooh, I felt that. Sink a little deeper. Now you're going to push to stand. Inhale, keep the palms together. Maybe take a little back bend and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And now our right leg will go back. Warrior one, back foot's going at a 45-degree angle again. Inhale, arms reach up. Virabhadrasana 1. Right frontal hip point moving forward, right inner thigh spiraling behind. And then we're going to lift the pubic bone up here as we take left arm on top of right arm. Garudasana. Sink a little deeper. A little deeper. And just a hair deeper. Good. Reach the arms up, breathe in. Straighten the front leg, exhale, breathe out. Take your hands and interlace them the other way behind you. Open your chest. Inhale, you can glide your thumbs down your back leg and then rebend that left knee, Virabhadrasana or humble warrior. So you've got warrior one legs, upper body bowing. You can let the left shoulder today, if you like, rest it right on the leg, or some of you to the inside, and then you're going to really try to wrap that outer left hip back. Lift your shoulders out of the ears and then re-extend the arms up and over. Right hand is going to drop down to the floor. As you lift the back heel up, low lunge twist. I'm going to wiggle my back foot back just a hair. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Wrap that outer left hip back and hug your back shin to the midline. Top hand down, breathe in. Down dog, yogis. Exhale. Plank pose. Breathe in. Now remember, you can put your knees down. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Feeling spicy this morning. Right into the up dog. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Breathe in. Left foot steps forward and through. Grab that block if you need it. Put it on the inside of the front foot or one under each hand. Low lunge. Inhale. Wiggle that back foot back a little so you really can get some depth in that stretch in your back hip flexor muscles. And then exhale, straighten the front leg. Keep pushing into that big toe mound, the inner heel. 2 more of these. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. 1 more, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, bend into your lunge. Now you're going to push off your back leg and step it forward. Let's take ragdoll. Feet are hip width apart again. Bend opposite elbows and hold on to the biceps and sway it out. Fingertips down to the floor. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Good. Now, feet again are hip width apart. Bend your knees. Utkatasana. You're going to bring your arms inside those legs. Shoulders out of the ears. Sink a little deeper. How you doing? Like really. You know when people are just like, I'm fine. Squeeze your arms to your legs to your arms. But like really, how are you doing? This is a place where you can actually be honest with yourself. How are you doing right now? How are you showing up? How are you feeling? Take another breath. And then you're going to push into those legs. Keep the palms connected. Inhale, little back bend. Reach back, look up. And then exhale, arms by your sides. Do you feel all the things that we have just already, you've done legs and hamstrings and shoulders, breath, rise and shine. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Now exhale, step back, plank pose. Let's lower all the way to the belly. All right. Take your palms back alongside you. Facing down to the floor, you're going to keep the feet connected, lift your head and chest, keep the palms down as well, and gaze down the tip of your nose. Just waking up that upper back here a little bit. And now begin to lift your feet. Try to point your kneecaps down towards the floor, spread your toes. And then now reach the arms back. Take your fingertips like somebody's grabbing your wrists and reaching your fingertips back towards your toes. Take another breath. And release. Very good. Take a moment, pause. And I want you to wiggle out your hips, like actually shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. Again, Shalabhasana variation. This time maybe interlace your hands behind you. When you teach classes where no one's like around you, you just start really talking to yourself even more than, than you do when people are there. You're going to lift everything up. Shalabhasana, legs lift, chest lifts. Good. Try to lift a little more of your legs. Stay steady in the breath. This isn't about how big can I go in the morning. You're rising, you're shining, like just waking up a little bit. To recalibrate, exhale, release. Make your arms into a cactus shape. Wiggle out those hips again. Good. Keep them in a cactus shape. Lift your chest up just a little and bend your right knee. Now keep the right arm just like it is and stretch your left leg out to the side. Slide your right hand back so it's in a cobra, and then you're going to tip over, stepping that right foot behind you. I'm just going to let my head come down to the ground. If you need a blanket here for the head, you could. Again, if it's early when you're doing this, you don't need to go as deep as you possibly can. And those of you that can go deeper, I'm going to just trust you know how you can make this pose work for you for your day. And then roll it back. Slide the left hand in, lift your chest a little bit, take your right hand out to the right now, bend your left knee, and let's roll your right hand's in line with your shoulder. Okay, I'm gonna let my head come down here. Right leg is straight. Maybe you close the eyes for a moment. Really noticing the muscles on the front of the right shoulder. It's almost like you can feel the fibers. And then releasing that back foot. Right hand back down next to you, forehead to the floor. You can push up to plank. I'm just going to go up to tabletop. And we're going to step right foot to the outside of our right hand to a runner's lunge. Now here's where you might want a blanket to pad your knee if you need it. I'm just going to rock it out a little bit side to side. So here's what you probably have found in your home practice if you're practicing this at home, is that you just start to do things that feel good, okay? So this is where I'm giving you full creative liberty. If you want to put your forearms down on the ground, if you want to block under your hands, if you want to move a little bit back into like an Ardha Hanuman, yep, and yep, you can do any of those things. I'm going to come down onto my forearms, left forearm down as an option, and I'm going to reach my right arm on the diagonal. And as I do that, I'm going to turn my front foot out 45 degrees, come to the outer edge of that foot so that my right knee is going right as my arm's going left. Good. Now we're going to take it into a quad stretch. I'm going to walk this right hand back. Now you may have to bring the left hand back onto the floor, or some of you will be able to stay on the forearm. Reach back with your right hand and catch your left foot. I'm still going to stay on the outer edge of that front foot because that's feeling good in my body, but if you want the sole of the foot down, you can do that too. You can kick the foot back, or you can really pull the heel in. Whoo, mama. Close to the glute. Rise and shine. It's like you're shining your beautiful face up to the sky. Good. And then let go of that back leg. Ardha Hanuman. Now we're going to take it for reals. I'm going to bring my hands on the inside of the front leg. So I'm just a little bit wider than typical. My hamstrings are very tight in the morning. It's like a different body. My AM yoga practice to my PM yoga practice. Take another breath. Good. And then rebend into the lunge. Hands go down. Right foot's going to sneak back. All right, tabletop, here you are. And our left foot, runner's lunge. So I'm going to start with my toes pointing forward, and I'm going to just sway it out. It's good to kind of really pay attention to what our morning rituals and routines are, how we get our day started. A couple suggestions I have is to not check anything that turns on and off besides your coffee maker before at least 30 minutes, and I would recommend an hour if you can. Upon waking, you wait to turn anything on. Remember, coming down maybe on that right forearm, I'm going to turn my front foot out 45 degrees, and my left arm now is going to go on the diagonal to the right, and the knee's going to go left. The thing I always do is I make my bed. Because no matter what, I need that sense of accomplishment, that one thing gets done. And as humans, one of our basic human needs is certainty. And so it just gives you that sense of certainty, like, I got this. I did this. And maybe you did this yoga practice, so you've done two things. Bring it back with the left hand, maybe reaching into the quad stretch. Again, if you need to come on the right hand and you need to back off the lunge to get the foot, do any of those things. Open up the chest. And then the third thing, because we're talking about, I'm going to look for the good and the good will find me. Well, where does the good start? The good starts from within. Is as I'm brushing my teeth in the morning, I think about things that I'm grateful for. And I try to get, some days I get really specific about one thing and I just kind of like linger in it. And other days I'll do a couple things, but I'm very specific. And then release that back foot. So you could do that right now. Hands walk back, Ardha Hanuman, straighten that front leg. Again, my hands for this one today are inside the front leg. It makes it a little more accessible than when the foot's straight forward and the hands are framing the leg. Wrap that outer left hip back. Whew. Keep digging the heel down into the ground and stretch your heart forward. So if we are tighter, the back will round. Try to bend the knee a little bit. See if you can spin the groins back. And if you can keep that happening and re-straighten the leg, then do that. And if not, just keep it with a little bit more of a bend. Good, yogis. Bend the bend, bend the bend, bend the bend. Left knee, left leg back. All right, let's just take a down dog just to feel something symmetrical. We're going to come onto the back. We're going to slide the shins because this is just fun. So I want you to lift your heels. This is totally optional. Bend your knees and just slide to the shins and then cross the ankles. And let's come onto the back. Let's swoop around here. All right, come onto the back. Hug your knees in side to side. And then let's take a figure 4. Right ankle is going to hook above your left knee. It's like a morning rise and shine practice just given. Just a figure 4, like, oh mama again. It's oh mama. Try your chin down. If you're real tight in the hips, the chin will jet up here. So you may need a blanket to put under the head. Flex your top foot. See if you can get your right ankle bone just outside your left knee. If you like a little hamstring with it, you could always straighten the left leg instead of keeping it bent. But again, these are ways that you can creatively sprinkle your practice with different variations that feel good for you. Good. Now we're going to let go of the clasp, put the left foot on the floor, and now just let the right knee come right on top of the left knee. Push into that left foot, and then just shift the hips a couple inches right. Set your pelvis down, and then knees to the left. I'm going to cactus my right arm, or you could straighten it. And you can gaze straight up. You can look to the right. I'm going to take my left hand to my outer right leg. My friends that are needing a little IT band stretch, because we haven't hit that yet, you can straighten your top leg and reach. I'm running into my wall here. You can hold the foot if you want, or if you happen to have a wall like I do, you can put your foot on the wall. But this will get into the IT band here, versus if you keep the legs wrapped, you get a nice juicy hip opener stretch. And the beauty is you can hit pause and do both if you like. And I really believe that as we make our body feel good, we start to connect into the mind and the body. Then we start to recalibrate. Let's come back up to center from within. That we will look for the good, and the good will find us. Left leg, figure 4. Thread the hands. Draw the chin down. Again, that top foot's flexed. This is a really beautiful time to connect into your breath. And use your mantra even. I will look for the good, and the good will find me. There are way too many things. Let go of the clasp for our brain. Left knee on top of right knee. We're going to do that little shift of the hips. So push into that right foot, little shift to the hips to the left, and set the hips down as your knees go to the right. Your left arm will open out to the left. There's way too many things for our brain to focus on in any given moment at any time. So there are parts of our brain that literally help us find certain things or kind of pay attention, right? Fast motions, our eyes will catch those sorts of things. And it also focuses on what we pay attention to and what we think about. So using mantras like that, we do start to create a neurocircuitry in the brain where when we think about looking for the good and the good finding us, that actually starts to happen. And it may not be overnight if that's not really part of our habits, but be patient with it. Use those ways to align by keeping unplugged a little bit of your morning. I encourage you to make your bed and getting into the frequency of gratitude as you brush your teeth in the morning, inhale, or taking a shower. I just like the teeth brushing because it's about 2 minutes. Uncross your legs, hug in so it feels super doable. Hug your knees a little bit side to side, rock it out. Let's just end with a bridge pose, something symmetrical, feet flat on the floor. Push into both your feet. Inhale, lift your hips, work your upper arms in. Draw your chin down. Could always support this with a block if you like. Last breath, breathing in. Think of your heart lifting up. It's not your chin dropping down. We want to make sure the neck is clear in our bridge, meaning it's not touching the ground. And then reach your arms over your head. Come onto your tiptoes and slowly peel your body back down. And let your legs extend. We're just going to take a very brief Shavasana. And again, if you have more time, you always could stay here longer. I encourage you to stay at least 3 minutes if you can. So let the eyes close. Allow your palms to turn up. Allow your body to take up space. And no need to control your breath anymore. But perhaps as you rest for a few minutes, you keep your attention on your heart space. Noticing the rise and fall of the heart, breath by breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes just a little bit. Please stay longer if you have more time. Reach your arms over your head, flex or point your feet, and then bend your knees, place your feet to the earth, roll to your right side. And then push into your left hand. Bring your body back up, coming to a nice, easy seat. Fold your hands together in front of your heart space. As we step off of our mat, it's where the real yoga begins. It's catching ourselves in those moments where we feel ourselves gravitating towards emotions that deplete us, toward thoughts that deplete us. And in those moments, can you take a deep breath? Can you remember the mantra, I will look for the good and the good will find me, remembering that that starts from within. As you draw thumbs to third eye, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for practicing together today. It was my honor to be with you. Namaste. Thank you, friends. Until next time.